Hey everyone, it's me, Ethan here, back at it again with another video. And today we have an interesting little video. This time we're actually going to go back into the early 2000s, about 20 years ago. And we're going to be looking at one of the first lines that ever came out for LEGO Star Wars. And this is LEGO Star Wars Boba Fett's Slave 1. Now without anything else to do, guys, let's get right into this video. And voila, there it is, guys. There it is. Well, I could have done a little bit better. Okay, there we go. But yeah, there it is, guys. There is the Slave 1. Definitely a cool little set. I think I had a lot of fun building this. It's a little bit different compared to nowadays set. A little bit tinier, but you know, it is what it is, and that's how it was back in 2000. Again, like I said originally in the beginning of the video, this is the original Slave 1 that came out in 2000, so this is 20 years old. I'm sure if you are a little bit of an older audience watching this, who was born before when I was, you definitely would remember this set for sure. Again, it's a cool little set. What can I say about it? It's the original Slave 1, so it's still pretty cool for its age. Some of you might be wondering, it's like, well, why is it so small? It's like, well, I think just because this was just the second year of LEGO going to Star Wars, they were still making sets with the pieces that they had. Now, I'm not saying that all these pieces they originally had. They may have had some of these originally. Like, the slope pieces, they probably did have all these different slope pieces you have. But maybe not, like, maybe not the windshield piece. I'm not sure. It could have existed still before the Slave 1. But originally, I think the only two pieces that are really exclusive to this is, of course, the Boba Fett himself, as well as the Han Solo and Carbonite, but that's brick might have been around for a little bit longer. I'm just saying it's more exclusive because it has a print. And maybe these sections here, because these are actually a little bit in, if you see in the building segment, you'll see these are these are different pieces than what we're normally used to. Like again, we're usually just nowadays Lego just makes these pieces and you gotta piece them all together. These ones down here, these are complete solid pieces. So both sides here connect inside, which is pretty cool. You'll see that with the other slave ones, because I'm going to be doing more reviews on the other slave ones I have. You'll see that some of them share those same pieces later on. But as you can tell, still nice little build. Very small. It's very playable, I will say, because of how small it is, as you can see. Very small. The functions that it has on here, it has two independent moving blaster cannons, of course, you know. Of course, Boba Fett's got to be armed. Well, you know the slave one's going to be armed anyway. And then when we come down to the bottom here, we do have a functioning boarding ramp. And inside the boarding ramp, can't have the slave one without this, is Han Solo and Carbonite. And here you can see, putting the slave one down, you can see the what the Han Solo and Carbonite look like. And again, pretty cool. Compared to the one nowadays, again, it really shows its age, but at the same time, it still was pretty good for its time, and I still think this is a cool little piece. So, of course, you got Han Solo in there. And then going back to I'll close the boarding ramp, but going back to the slave one, you can see the other functions we have here are, of course, the wings. They do move with gravity, so you do not have to worry about moving them. And that mostly goes with all the slave ones nowadays. They will move, but you'll notice that both of these actually are connected, so they both will move at the same time. I can't say that about the new ones, though. I believe it could have been the same. I think it was the same for the 2010, but for now, the newer ones, like the Ultimate, or the UCS Slave one, and the new one that they just came out with, the 20-year anniversary of LEGO Star Wars, the wings move independently. So you have to, of course, if you move this one, then you gotta move the other one. And that mostly goes for the bigger slave one, because sometimes those things will get caught on other pieces and then it won't turn, so you gotta turn them independently. And that also goes sort of for the play scale slave one, the newer one. But again, I'll show you guys that in a later video. But you can see here again, the wings do move, or they are connected to each other, so they will move at the same time. Then now since we're up in here in the front or the top of this ship, let's open up the cockpit. So you can see here, this actually has a swing door cockpit style. I'm calling it a swing door because it's sort of like a swing door. But you can see here it has two bends. You can bend it here and then you bend it at the top. And then inside here we actually have Boba Fett. Oh, we pulled out a piece. 1 second. There we go. Okay, well you can see there that's how he would sit in there. But here, before we get into the seat, you can see Boba Fett again. If you played the LEGO Star Wars Complete Saga, you'll definitely recognize as Boba Fett. And the blaster he comes with is the old retro style. Did I say retro? Retro. I don't even think I'm saying that right, but oh well. But you can see he has the older style blasters, which again, it's a little bit different than the one in the LEGO Complete Saga, but you still get the point that it's a blaster, so it's pretty cool. Boba Fett, you can see he's not like the modern day Boba Fett. He's got his helmet and his jetpack together, which I still think this is like a cool design. I've always liked this. He's got a black head, of course, you know, because these ones are cut out at the actual visor, and that goes even for the clones, and you'll see that later on, as well as Scout Troopers. But again, pretty cool, and the only printing he has is, of course, on his front torso. But speaking of printing, there's more printing here inside the actual cockpit, which you can see with the control panels that we have here. We have these nice 4 ones here. Again, I think the more closer ones you could maybe touch are the ones in the back. Don't know about the front because he's literally sitting on top of those, so I don't think he can really access the front panels there. But anyway, you can see you got some space in here. What's cool about this, unlike the new ones where, of course, you got when the wings move, also the cockpit will move in the direction where the wings are. Sadly for Boba Fett, when you're in landing position, you are pretty much in the way that it would look like when he lands, even though he'd be actually in the new ones facing this way. And then when the wings move, when you move it to flight position, then he would move here. Sadly, he's just locked into flight position. So what you would do here, well, definitely would want to throw his blaster in here. It will fit, trust me. And yeah, there you go. And so then you close that off. You put his blaster in there. Can't forget the main precious cargo here, the Han Solo and Carbonite. Put Han Solo and Carbonite in there. Make sure that locks. There you go. And then you have Boba Fett in the Slave 1, which is pretty cool. So again, nice little build. And what can I say, guys? Definitely would recommend, if you guys are interested in picking up older Lego sets, I would definitely recommend it. Is this one of your first ones if you're brand new to collecting older stuff? This might be one thing you're interested in. And I will say all the older sets, or all the original sets that came out, they're pretty cool. If you like smaller builds, well, then I think collecting the older stuff might be in your interest. Even though there are newer stuff, you got the battle packs nowadays, of course. But speaking of the battle pack, like I showed earlier, but you can see that still we got a lot of pieces compared to older sets. And anyway, again, I think more people nowadays are more attracted to the newer stuff, but still, even the older stuff is pretty cool. That's why I mostly collected all the older stuff, was because I thought it was pretty cool and it would be cool to have in my collection, because again, I was collecting a lot of Lego Star Wars stuff. But yeah, I definitely think this would be your first start off set if you want to be interested in collecting stuff like this. I found it off of eBay. I'm sure you can probably find it on Bricklink if you want, but on eBay I believe I got this for $100. So if you don't really want to get it for that price, I'm sure it may cost a little bit cheaper. I think why it was $100 for me, because it came complete with the box. Even though it was open, it did come with the box. And again, it is what it is, but still a pretty cool set. I'm sure that it could have dropped by now. I haven't looked recently, but I'm sure it could have probably dropped by now. But again, if you're interested, definitely look on eBay or Bricklink. I'm sure on Bricklink you might find it where it's actually brand new, but I don't think you're going to want to go to the brand new, because it's probably a little bit more expensive. But again, guys, definitely check on eBay and definitely check on Bricklink. More recommend eBay just because there's probably it's probably open sets or used sets, so it might give you a deal. But again, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as well as I'm going to be, stay tuned for the giveaway video, guys. I know I keep on saying it, but I'm going to make it. And it's going to hopefully come out here in the next week. But again, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.